Hi, this is Sharon Crilly, and this is my Assistive Technology Implementation Project, 3rd grade research. First, I want to go over the Virginia standards. So for 3rd grade, they need to be able to construct questions about a research topic, organize the information, and put it into a report. Generally, students that I have in 3rd grade who have learning disabilities are spread out among 3 classrooms. They have daily small group instruction for writing, about 30 minutes a day, which actually winds up to be probably about 20 to 25 minutes. There are 10 students in the small group, and we typically work on our writing assignments in the school's book room. Sometimes we use the pod, but it's an open area and often noisy. The book room, we're able to close the door and have a little bit of quiet. By the end of the lesson that I'm going to do, students are going to have an introduction to research. So they're going to understand the big picture, beginning with the end in mind, and helping them to learn how to stay organized with information that they gain from their research. By the end of the entire unit, they should understand how to research a topic and have an end product that they can be proud of. There are some prerequisites before this lesson. As 3rd graders, not all of them know how to get into the Google Education Suite, so they need to be shown how to do that, how to log in so that doesn't take them much time as we go through the research lesson. And also, the classroom teacher should have introduced the topic of research prior to me meeting with them for small group. Materials that are needed is 1 computer for each student. They're going to need headphones or earbuds. I'll use a whiteboard and marker, and also I need a data projector and the teacher computer to be able to show some things to them, some examples. The details of this assignment. So they're going to research a topic of their choosing from the areas of science or social studies. They're going to take notes while doing the research, and they're going to use a specific form that I'll show in just a little bit. And then they're going to put all the information into a Google slideshow and present it to the class. So I, again, begin with the end in mind. So let me show you what the presentation will look like. This is what I would show the students as a sample. Now, this is a bit extensive. It's probably for a higher grade, more of a 4th grade to 5th grade level. But they get the idea that they need to create an introduction and that they need to have details for each of their questions. They can add pictures and graphics as they wish. So as far as AT tools, each of the teacher that I work with seems to do research in a different way. Some use note cards for their students to take notes on. Others use like a loose leaf binder or notebook. And another still uses more of a white piece of paper, like a computer paper that may have boxes on it where the students can draw or they can create a diagram based on their research. So I created a form to try to make it easier for me as well as for the students. So this is in Google Forms, and they will each have this. So the first thing is they're going to need to be able to type in some basic information. So what is the subject of their research? And then they need to come up with overall 3 questions. So it's broken down. What is the first question you have about your topic? What source are you using to find the answers? Is it a book or a web page? I generally limit it to those 2 things so as not to expand their research too big where it gets complicated. Then they need to find 3 facts about question 1. Once they've completed that, they can go on to section 2 and section 3, and it goes over the same details. So that's the Google form that they will use in order to be able to move forward with our project. So putting it all together, in their slideshow, they're going to have an introduction, their questions and facts, a summary, a list of their sources, and a little bit of information about the researcher themselves. So this is the template that I created, and they can adjust it to fit their own needs as far as color and theme and style of font, and they can put pictures in when they're done the writing. That's our incentive. Get all the research and writing done, then you can research and look for pictures to match up with your slides. So again, introduction, question 1, 2, 3. It's very basic. Everybody has the same. What did they learn? What sources did they use? Is there a name of a book? Or what web page did they go to? And then a little bit about them to have some fun. So after introducing all of that to the students, we would sit and brainstorm as a group to make a list of different topics under the science and social studies area, and that way the students will have a list to pick from. And it may be that they're calling out items that they're not interested in, but another student may be. So the next steps after that, it's time to begin the research. After doing the introduction, the example of a presentation, the form for notes, the template for presentation, and the brainstorming, they pick a topic and they begin their research. Here are some resources that they can directly go to from these links, and so they will have all of this as live links. Okay, so adaptations to this assignment. A student could work with another partner. Generally, this is an individual assignment, but they can choose to work with another partner, especially if that partner is strong in maybe the areas of typing. That way, one student can look up the information, the other can type it in. Excuse me. Provide just one book and one website for the student so that they're not having to do extensive research. Can modify the questions and the amount of facts to limit them from 3, maybe down to 2 or 1. Also, to show mastery of this assignment, the student can complete the research, but not necessarily have to do the presentation. That would be the next step if they had time. Students can use speech to text to create the presentation. I would demonstrate how to do this. They need to do it in the speaker's notes section and then paste into the slide. So that is my quick presentation about research for 3rd grade and how I would implement technology and assistive technology into the program. I'm very happy that I've created this form because I think it's going to be very useful for the students to help them keep track of all of their details and to be able to follow it in a sequential way. The reason that I put things like what book and what website did you get the information from is there are times when students might be pulled out during writing time for something like speech group, and so when they come back they may have left off in the middle of something, and at least they'll know where they left off, what page in the book or what book, and then what website that they've left off from. So I mentioned that they can put pictures in to make this their own. As the teacher, I can give them feedback on their templates, so that would be a more immediate feedback because I can't always get to every student face-to-face when they're such a large group. So I can at least look at their presentations and their research, give some information, some feedback back so that they can make some adjustments. Okay, thank you very much.